Morning everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the amplification model in social media. So it's a lovely Friday morning, quite fresh but not too cold, and it's today we talk about all things marketing. So today I want to talk to you about the amplification model. Now I'm sure somebody else has named it something a little bit more appropriate. I've got a car coming behind me, so just bear with me a second while I let this fella go past me. So just bear with me. So yeah, I'm sure it's probably got other names elsewhere, but where I've previously had a meeting yesterday with a social media manager who's working on some strategy stuff for me in the build up to Christmas and how we're changing the vlog, what we're trying to do differently. We've looked at what's worked, what hasn't worked, identifying a bit more of a strategy. So when I started this, I had no strategy because it was a challenge, and it was produce content for a year every day, and I can combine it with my running challenge as well and see what happens basically. And as we've kind of gone through this process, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of opportunities. The following has grown considerably, but it's time now, if we're going to push this on, is to put some strategic elements to the plan. So what we mean by that is we're now starting to change what we were currently doing, because previously we just thought, right, let's just get this content on every platform, start building a following on every platform. And I think that's important. It's kind of the hustle phase. So if you talk about kind of the startup phase, when you're starting up as trying to become more of an influencer and build more of a kind of social following, the startup phase is hustle. You don't get that traction without hustling at the beginning, and that's what I've done on all platforms. So I've been repurposing pretty much the same blog episode, just on different timelines across each platform. So Facebook and YouTube would get it first, then a couple of weeks later it would go on Instagram, a week later LinkedIn, a week later TikTok, and Twitter would be used as just a kind of a leafleting side of things when we first release an episode. So that's kind of the model we were using, but it was pretty much the same content, other than LinkedIn we chopped it down to 10-minute clips. Instagram we just put it on Instagram TV, so we weren't capped on time, because none of them were over an hour, so that was fine. And TikTok was quite a good process, because we've learned to cut each video down into little snippets, and you get multiple TikTok videos out from each clip, which will be really useful when we approach this next phase. So the next phase is the amplification model, and what we're doing now is basically there's not a lot of differentiation between each platform at the moment in terms of what content we're putting out, and now it's about trying to make content more applicable for each channel, and to focus on one key channel, which is going to be my main one. Now, bizarrely, the key focus for me is going to be my channel with the least traction and the least amount of followers or subscribers, and that's my YouTube channel. I think I have 11 subscribers, which is horrendous. However, it's not to be unexpected, because the difference between YouTube and the other social media platforms is that YouTube isn't a social media platform. YouTube is a search engine. With search engine optimization is super important. I've done none of that with YouTube, and I knew this from the beginning, and I knew that I would gradually kind of integrate this into the strategy. And the time has now come where we're going to put a lot more focus on the YouTube channel. So what we're going to do, the amplification model first, if I just explain it so you can understand what we're doing, is YouTube is going to host the full video, and so we're going to do some more editing, make it more friendly for YouTube, and then all of the other platforms are going to be amplifying each YouTube episode. So we'll take little snippets of each. We'll still publish on every platform, but the whole shebang will be on YouTube, and all the others will have little snippets or content relating to that episode, which the whole point of it is to amplify people to go into the YouTube channel. Okay, and there's some cool hacks we can do in doing this. We can grow the list by sending people from Facebook and Instagram through ManyChat before they divert to the YouTube channel. The reason for that is that you're using a link to kind of Messenger as opposed to a Google site from Facebook or Instagram. So there's a few things we can kind of do to kind of stop the algorithm kind of limiting our reach. But ultimately, we're keeping the Facebook group because all of the free resources that we're going to be using will be in the Facebook group. So again, that will be a closed group where people have to obviously express an interest to join it, and they answer the questions, they'll get in and they get access to all the free resources. So that's something I'm going to be a lot of focus on over the coming weeks. But all of the other platforms, TikTok, Insta, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, are all going to be snippets of information relating more to the platform, more to the audience on the platform, with the sole aim of pushing people to subscribe and follow the YouTube channel. Because a vlog, vlogging is definitely more suited to YouTube. And as a result, we're putting some more optimization plans into the YouTube channel. So it's going to be a lot more optimized. There'll be a trailer video, we'll look a lot more professional, a list of things we need to do for that. And then every video will have all of the SEO related elements. So the description, the titles will be different, thumbnails will be different, the tags, the captions, the intros, the outros, all these things that are so important to get high ranking on YouTube. Because the one benefit of my YouTube channel, bizarrely, it might be a little bit swayed here by who's watching it, but there's 11 subscribers. I think a couple of them are actually team members anyway. But the average watch, the watch duration of each episode over the past 90 days is over 6.5 minutes, which is nearly 50% of the average clip length, which is really, really high. So that suggests that the content is actually not too bad and people do kind of like listening to it. However, there may be some team members that will have listened to the whole thing on YouTube when they're publishing it, but hopefully that's not the case. So I do have to be mindful of swayed figures or biased figures. But what we do need to do now is start working on the impression rate and the click-through rate from the impressions that we're putting onto other people's accounts. And that's where the SEO stuff becomes really, really important. So watch this space. So that is the amplification model in a nutshell. We're picking one platform, which is going to be the main platform for Runpreneur. We also talked a lot about, I'll come on to this in a minute, but we're picking one platform for Runpreneur, which is the YouTube channel. All my other social media platforms are going to be pushing and amplifying each episode on YouTube. And the benefit of this as well, it's going to save countless hours in publishing, because at the moment we're publishing long videos, massive files on all platforms, which takes somebody in my team a significant part of their day just uploading video after video. And doing it this way means we can upload shorter snippets, which is much quicker. We can do a little more scheduled stuff, and there's a strategy behind driving people to the YouTube channel so we can see how effective this amplification is. We can also use link tracking to see which platform is promoting the best, and we can start getting the data to feed results. So that's kind of how we're changing. The other thing we talked about is the different types of brands, and I'll do a separate episode on this because there's quite a lot of thought that has to go into this. But ultimately, 3 types of brands you can build is your personal brand, which is your company brand, which in if Property Empire is a company, for example, and you can have your product brand. At the moment, Runpreneur is not a company, and it might be in the future. It's more of a product brand. It's a vlog. So Runpreneur is the kind of product brand, and it's working out which platforms you need to build each type of brand. Some you have to build multiple brands on, others you're just focused on one. But what that will enable you to do is have a really clear strategy for each type of brand, and you can actually set your own kind of marketing strategy for each. So I think that's really, really important. Sorry, my ear pod is almost falling out. So yeah, so I hope you find that useful. So to summarise, what we've talked about in this episode is that we've gone from just putting content everywhere for the sake of putting it everywhere. Now, don't underestimate that was an essential process, purely and simply because it's built up a relatively small following on platforms that I had no presence on previously. So it's kind of built an archive of content. So I think that is a step you should not kind of miss. But now we're moving to stage 2, which is the amplification model, which is where we're using all the other social platforms to amplify the one where my content is most suited for And in my instance, it is definitely YouTube. So, and then the next phase is that we'll be optimizing the content we put on each with the amplification message. However, it will all be tailored to the audience and also the social platform and what kind of works for that social platform. So hopefully you kind of see the kind of changes, the subtle changes we've made. And we're going to try and get to kind of 200 subscribers pretty quick. That's the aim, and that will give us a little bit of a benchmark to push on. And what we're going to do there is we're going to do a launch of the YouTube channel. So once we've got it fully optimized, we'll be putting in a proper kind of launch plan whereby we'll build it up over a 1 month period to actually launch, to try and get some collaborations involved. There's also some new strategy. We've looked at the content performance, which type of content has done the best, which has done the worst. So we'll be tailoring the content based on what the numbers say. And we're also going to be looking to do more interviews with other key kind of opinion leaders within entrepreneurship and running. And really looking forward to kind of working on that and getting out there and kind of doing these episodes with people, having conversations rather than just talking to myself like I do every day. But anyway, so that's kind of what's happening in the in my runpreneur world. And just got to, my AirPod is falling out once again. So it's pretty exciting. And as always, hopefully you found it useful. If you've got any questions, please just fire them in. I'll do my best to answer everyone. If it's a bigger topic, I'll do a separate blog episode and I will tag you in. If it's not for you, absolutely no drama. Just unfriend, unfollow me, and it will stop cluttering up your personal feeds. But before you do go, please do check out my Runpreneur YouTube channel, which is Kevin Britton Runpreneur. It's going to be branded Runpreneur very shortly, just Runpreneur. So please go check out that way. It's 140 odd episodes or so, nice and neatly catalogued by topic, which is a completely free resource for you to tap in and out of as you please. As always, the Runpreneur vlog was set up primarily to help entrepreneurs out there overcome stress, anxiety, overwhelm by using exercise as a mechanism to control and manage that. If you don't have that mechanism in place, the pressure builds up, and pressure bursts pipes, something will give, whether that's the entrepreneur, whether it's personal, whether it's mental health, whether it's a breakdown, or quite often it can be terminal for your business will break down. And I've been there, I've been as low as it comes in the world of entrepreneurship, but I'm on the way back up. And I think if I can stop other people having to make that same journey, and we can save a business, save an entrepreneur, then this vlog has been absolutely worthwhile. So my pledge to you, if you are an entrepreneur out there who's struggling with this, struggling with overwhelm, stress, anxiety, feel you've got no one to talk to, feel no one understands, drop me a DM and we'll have a call. There's absolutely no sales here at all. This is to help you, purely to try and give you a little bit of a plan on how you can kind of deal with this and what I've done to deal with it, to make a difference in my life. I mean, I can climb that ladder again towards the milestones that I've set in my entrepreneurial world. And that's what I want to do, help you do as well. So please, do not be afraid to reach out. So that's it for me today. As always, we'll end it on a positive note. As always, stay positive, stay happy, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye.